Have you ever wondered where is the cast of the best TV series Hee Haw 1969? So today, in this video, you will see how have the actors of the movie Hee Haw change. You will know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then, in 1969, and what's with them now, in 2025. Okay, let's see together. Gunilla Hutton, Nurse Goodbody. Born May 15, 1944. Gunilla Hutton, known also as Nurse Goodbody, began her acting career in the mid-60s as she joined the hit show Petticoat Junction as Billy Joe for season 3 of its run. Of course, Petticoat Junction was also a Henning creation, so it makes sense why she entered the Hee Haw universe. She showed off her voice on the show too. After, she wrapped up the whole acting career, with 2 episodes each of The Love Boat and Fantasy Island in the early 80s before calling it quits. Notably, she had an affair with Nat King Cole, wherein she called his wife Maria Cole and told her to divorce him. Ultimately, Nat ended things after the tattletale. Today, she is 80 years old and has been married to Alan Freeman since 1970. The two have one daughter named Amber. The last time we saw her was a 2010 documentary called Pickin' and Grinnin'. Buck Owens, co-host. Born August 12, 1929. Enter the personable co-host number 2, Buck, who got his nickname at the age of 3 from a favorite horse. Owens was a country music star who had 21 #1 hits on the Billboard country music charts with his band, the Buckaroos. Along with Merle Haggard, Owens was a pioneer of the Bakersfield sound. He began his musical career in the 1940s, playing in various country and western bands. He moved to California in the 50s, forming the Buckaroos and finding success with his unique style of country music. His stint on Hee Haw co-hosting with Roy Clark was one of his last professional ventures. He died in 2006 at the age of 76 after years of enduring health problems from oral cancer to a stroke. But he had also been inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1996. Roy Clark, co-host. Born April 15, 1933. Roy Clark was the jovial co-host of Hee Haw, the He to Buck's Haw, if you will. He was raised in a musical family and began playing the guitar at the age of 14. By 16, he was touring with the country band the Ozark Mountain Boys. When he moved to Las Vegas in 1960, he became a regular performer at the Golden Nugget Casino. The guy was a virtuoso, incredibly gifted at most stringed instruments, and just a joy to watch as he strummed like a madman. In 1962, Clark met producer and screenwriter Paul Henning, who was working on a new comedy about a family of hillbillies. Henning was impressed with Clark's guitar ability and asked him to audition for the role of Cousin Roy. Clark landed the part, and the Beverly Hillbillies debuted on CBS in September of '62. The show was an instant hit, and Clark's guitar playing and humorous rapport with the other cast members made it a classic. Roy Clark was one of the finer talents bridging comedy and music. Clark passed away in 2018 at the age of 85 due to complications of pneumonia. Louis Marshall Jones, Grandpa Jones. Born October 20, 1913. Hey Grandpa, what's for supper? Then he'd make all our mouths water with descriptions of pies and treats and whatnot. Though, sometimes it sounded terrible, but that was the fun of it. He was also a member of the Hee Haw Gospel Quartet, a very popular segment. He became known on Hee Haw for his trademark phrase, outrageous. Grandpa Jones was also one of the more gifted musicians on the show. A great singer and banjo player, known for his high-pitched, comedic voice and comedic routines with Roy Clark. He rose to fame by playing the guitar or banjo, yodeling, and performing mostly old-time ballads. He passed away on February 19, 1998 at the age of 84. Lulu Roman. Born on May 6, 1946. Lulu, a retired go-go dancer, basically only did Hee Haw, but it's safe to say she's one of the more memorable cast members for sure. With both sharp comedic timing and a beautiful singing voice. Unfortunately, as her weight continued to climb on Hee Haw to 300 pounds, her drug problems intensified as well, and after several arrests, she was let go from the show in 1970. After the dismissal, she became a devout Christian, and was welcome to return. But she actually had a demand: at least one Christian song would be sung. So that's when the Christian Barbershop was created. Today, Lulu is 79 years old and lives in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee. Alvin Samples, Jr. Samples. born April 10, 1926. Junior Samples was born Alvin Samples, but Junior fits him better, as he enjoyed a 14-year run on Hee Haw. You'll certainly recall his used car salesman act Remember the Sign, BR 549? Junior began his entertainment career as a stand-up comedian, working his way up through the ranks of the comedy circuit in the 50s and 60s. He was seen on tons of variety shows like the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour and the Merv Griffin Show. The Smothers Brothers was actually the show that Hee Haw replaced. Before that, he was a stock car driver and carpenter by trade as well as an avid fisherman. Samples was a big guy with reportedly just as big of a heart. His weight sometimes got near 400 pounds. And the great comic died in 1983 at the age of 57. Minnie Pearl as Sarah Colley, born October 25, 1912. Sarah Colley, also known as Minnie Pearl, was actually trained as a dramatic actress, but she made her impact by being country and wacky. With her red and white checkered dress, straw hat with a price tag still on it, she sure was unique, and this getup was based on clothes she herself picked out from a thrift store once. Minnie was known for her comedic style, which often included speaking in a high-pitched, nasal voice. Pearl began her career as a radio performer in the 30s, which is where she created her Minnie Pearl character. Along with Hee Haw, she made appearances on The Ford Show and on game shows like Match Game and Hollywood Squares. A mild stroke in 1991 forced Pearl to stop performing, and the price tag touting comedian died in 1996. Along with all her entertainment accomplishments, she also had 2 fast food chains in the southern U.S. Minnie Pearl's Roast Beef and Minnie Pearl's Chicken. She died March 4, 1996 at the age of 83. Misty Rowe, born June 1, 1952. Misty Rowe was possibly the most famous of the Hee Haw babes because she was brilliantly ditzy and stunning. Misty began her career as a dancer, before moving into comedy and acting. She has appeared on The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and Airwolf. She also twice portrayed Marilyn Monroe in Goodbye, Norma Jean in 1976 and Goodnight, Sweet Marilyn in '89. You may also know Misty from the early seasons of Happy Days where she played a beautiful blonde waitress at Arnold's. Misty was also a joy to speak with a few years back. And today at 72 years old, she still is a beautiful Hee Haw honey. Gailard Sartain, born September 18, 1946. Gailard Sartain was probably the biggest actor on the show in more ways than one. Beginning his career with stand-up, he soon made the transition to TV, appearing on The Carol Burnett Show and Hollywood Squares. In 1971, he landed the role of Mervyn the Clown on Hee Haw, and people loved the guy. Sartain was also a part of some hit films, like 1979's The Rose, Mississippi Burning in 1988, and 1991's Fried Green Tomatoes. One of his most memorable recurring gigs was in 3 of the Ernest films and the TV series Hey Vern. It's Ernest. On top of all that, the guy's also a successful illustrator. His artistic credits include impressive record cover designs for artists like Leon Russell as well as illustrations for nationally published magazines. Today he's 79 years old, and stays pretty quiet. He retired from acting because he loved making Elizabethtown so much in 2005. Barbie Benton, born January 28, 1950. Barbie Benton is a former model, actress, and singer. She appeared on Hee Haw and had a fruitful music career. Benton also gained fame for her work with Playboy and her relationship with Hugh Hefner, contributing to her alleged net worth of $20 million. Now she is 75. Linda Thompson, born May 23, 1950. Linda Thompson is an Emmy-winning songwriter and actress. She was married to both Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, and music producer David Foster. She also dated Elvis Presley. Her successful career in music and television helped her accumulate substantial wealth. Now she is 75. George Lindsay, born December 17, 1928. George Lindsay was an actor and comedian known for his role as Goober Pyle on The Andy Griffith Show and Hee Haw. He also did voice work for Ensign Pulver, The Joey Bishop Show, The Aristocats, and Snowball Express. During his death in 2012, he died May 6, 2012 at the age of 83. Mary Ann Gordon, born January 28, 1944. Mary Ann Gordon is an American actress known for her roles in film and television. She was married to Kenny Rogers from 1977 to 1993, who paid her $60 million as a divorce settlement. Mary Ann currently has an alleged net worth of $50 million. Her filmography includes Hee Haw and supporting roles in How to Stuff a Wild Bikini, 1965, Rosemary's Baby, 1968, and Little Darlings, 1980. Now she is 81 years old.